friends, this is Helen, and today I'm back with a ring planner, and this is the Louis Vuitton MM size. This is actually a personal size and I am loving it. I had one of you guys suggest to me my issues of using a couple of different planners and getting my productivity on, and suggesting a ring planner where you guys store everything inside. And so I've done ring planners before and I wanted to try it out, and I did with the ring planner that I already had, and I then went and moved into this one. So this is new. This is from Louis Vuitton. I got the shipment while I was in Las Vegas. You guys probably saw that vlog, and if you haven't checked that out, I have the part 2 coming in on Saturday as well. I have been loving this ring size planner, and so this is a quick flip of what I've got stored in here. First of all, I don't have too much. I was planning on using this, a wallet slash planner, so that I could just stuff this in my bag, but I decided not to because I have a beautiful wallet that I am using currently right now. So I decided to keep it very simple and minimal on this side, and it just basically has a business card that I need, and then a photo of my husband and I. This one I had for a long time. I had this since back in 2020, I think, from Cloth and Paper. And so there's luxury and simplicity, and I really believe that since I've been practicing minimalism. And some photos of my daughter and I and from Vegas, a business card, a guy that fixes my shoes at Valentino. And then I have here this today. This one is new. I cut right here along the holes, and so that way I could slide it in wherever I need to. And then when you open that up, I do have my waiting on stuff, because I order stuff online and then I don't get to it, and then I'm like, wait, I was waiting on something. So that is something that's helping me to keep that under checked. I am in the middle of moving, and so I'm doing a quick inventory of everything that is in the house, so that when I hire my movers, they do ask, as you know, what is going to be moved, and I need to do an inventory thoroughly of it and make sure that I cover everything in the quote. And here I've got a bunch of things that, these are just lists, and I like to keep my lists in the front rather than the back. And this is all the rooms in my house, so I wanted to take a quick inventory to create this. And I created this, you guys, on Canva. If you want a copy of this, let me know. This is nothing fancy. I just put all the rooms of my house, and then I'm having each of the family members do an inventory. So I printed out a big version and then a small version. So this is going to be my final version. This is going to be the ones that my kids, my family go through and they tell me. So like my daughter already did hers and she told me everything that's in there. So I've already copied it down into this master list here. And early next week, I will be calling the movers to get a quote on that. And I always get 3 quotes. I do have a mover that I do love. However, last move was kind of strange. So I do want to call some other people. And yeah, a bunch of lists. And these are nothing more than, I have a bunch of paper, lined paper, that my children buy every school year and they never use it. So I have so many of these, I decided I'm gonna just cut it into personal size and just use it. So, and this is from Paper Test Design. It came with one of her like yearly packs that I purchased. I'm just gonna use that for lists since I already cut it down to size. And then my first part here is the yearly at a glance, and I just put the little tab sticky things on the months that already passed, and this is the month that we're on. I stuck this with Scotch tape, and it's just a photos of my family. And so I have that. Oh, and I also, here what I do is I use the circles to see what days I'm getting paid. It is my own company, but I still am under payroll as well. And so I do like to keep a check of that. So here we're starting the bottom tabs. So I've got the bottom tabs, I've got the 6 side tabs, and then I've got the 4 top tabs as well. Did I label the top? Not yet. Okay, so the tabs are fresh from Cloth and Paper. I just ordered these and got them in yesterday. So I started labeling them, and I have a little label machine that I use the clear tape to print out these tabs. But yeah, so the bottom tab here, the first one is going to be projects. And these are just a bunch of, this is going to be my goal section for work. Obviously the first several months, half of the year is gone. So I will be using this to jot down some future goals for each month, big ticket items. And then I have the smaller goals, whether it be home or work, they're all written here. And then they basically, then I write down each task, the smaller tasks, I break it down. And so this really helps me. It's called the Task Manager by Paper Test Design. I really like her stuff. And yeah, and then this is an action task tracker. It comes with that pack, and I haven't found the use for it just yet, but I'm sure I will. And then we go into the monthlies, and how I tab my stuff is I don't tab, so like it says month, but I don't put the month in front of the months. I put it where the month actually is, currently today, which is August, so that when I flip through, I want to quickly be able to go through and find August instead of going and like flipping through all the pages, because the whole point of this planner for me is convenience. So I didn't back plan too much. I did then go into July, and I did back plan a little bit of July. I was using this towards the end of July, so. And then I've got all of August, all the things, all my schedules and appointments here. And that's that tab. And then it's September, and I've got some stuff scheduled, travels, and they're already in there. Then we go into the monthly tracker. Haven't found the use for that just yet because I do the bills tracker in the back. You'll see that in a second. Then we go into Be Fearless. I made this on Canva. I cut it kind of funky, so it looks funky, but it's okay. It makes me happy. And then we go into the weekly. And again, I am putting the tab where the current week is at so that I don't have to flip through the previous weeks. So the current week here, I've got all the things that are due, and I am using, I think this is Peanuts Paper Co., or it might be another one, but I do love this weekly. It's basically weekly on 2 pages. And on the right is all the schedules and appointments by hours. And then I've got the habit tracker here, just some quick things that I want to put into motion on each of the days of the week. And then the big ticket item to-dos for the week. And then any notes that I need to jot down. So that's how I've been using it. I love it. And this is the current week and my schedules. So some of the important stuff, what I would do is then use these sticky tabs, and they're from Daiso, nothing fancy, and just highlighting some of the big things that I do not want to, just in case forget. But for the most part, it says week on the bottom, and I flip through, and I, like, if I'm working on today and then I need to see the schedule, like what's going on today, then I get to see what's going on. And I love how it's going to the side. This is kind of my first time using the sideways hourly, but it's working out just fine. Loving it so far. And here is my today. So it says oner, which is in Korean, today, with that little heart. And so today I was using the dailies for a minute, and I then took it out real quick because I decided I like this way better. And plus, these papers, you could get them by the bulk on Amazon, and they're already pre-cut. And I think this one came with a planner cover that I purchased prior, and so I'm just using that. I'm just putting a line through, and checking off all the things that I'm done with. The triangles are things that I need to remember, or it's a schedule that I need to go out of the house to do. And then the circles are like I'm waiting on something, someone else to do something for me. And then I have it by day. So I would stop and then I would start a new day. And if I have to copy down something over, then I will do that. But typically this helps me to make sure I get today's task done today and not pass it to tomorrow. So that's been really helping a lot. So I just got a bunch of these dotted papers, but honestly, it could be lined, it could be clear. I mean, not clear. It could be just plain paper, or I can definitely cut more of those lined papers from the front here. I'm not picky with that, but I'm just choosing that, and it's been working very well for me. And then we go into this year at a glance real quick. And this part, I haven't used it yet, but I think I'm gonna mark out some birthdays here. I do have it in another planner, so I was just kind of lazy about that right now. But I will be going and putting in all the birthdays here of people I love. And then here, then we go into the kids section, and or family section, I call it the Hanpi. Han, and then P is in Korean is blood, so it's like Han blood. So I used to be a blogger on Zanga. You guys know Zanga? That's how old I am, I guess. And I used to have this name Hanpi, and that's where it all came from. And now everything is Hanpi. So anyway, here I have my family stuff. If you've seen my previous, the B6 paper test design, I still am keeping up with that, but I'm more journaling on that side. We'll probably do a flip with that pretty soon again. But right now what we're doing is I'm just putting in some family memory stuff in here in this section, because I want to, every month I talked about how I want to make sure our family is doing something fun and not just really focused into work and accomplishments, but we're also having fun along the way. So that, is what is stored here. And then goes to my babies. And here, and this is just like a little stick-on thing to put your photo in. And in here, I've got the future log. This is paper test design as well. I think this is her yearly pack. And I love it because it comes with many different options. And that's where all of this is coming from. And here I am using it as for kids. It says babies here with a little teddy bear. But here what I'm doing is I'm just marking off like school days off on, when kids were late to school or anything, or any kind of kids related schedule. Like David's first guitar lesson, my son started playing guitar. So that's something that I want to remember. And then it says Hakgyo, which is in Korean school. And this is kind of a timetable for my son, who's currently doing homeschool with me. And we have some teachers, private teachers, that will be coming into the house to teach him as well. And then we've got a bunch of paper. This is the health section, and again I marked it to today and not in the beginning. And for August I'm just jotting down my weight, what I did for exercise, and so on and so forth. So I really have to trim like 30 pounds, you guys. I am so overweight right now. It's not even funny. And it's not just for aesthetics, but really it's for my health. And I feel like my back is constantly hurting. Remember, I had 4 kids. So my back is constantly hurting, like my ankles and like my joints are just not happy. So I need to lose weight, and I need to feel better about myself. And then here I've got the meals, and so I need to tag this, but I didn't do that yet. But this is my meal section, and basically for the month of August, I'm just jotting down a bunch of ideas and then just taking an inventory of my fridge or, my pantry. I have 3 fridges in this house, and so I need to go through once a week and figure out what I have, what I don't have. And then I just write down from that, based on that, what I can make. And then I just go down the list and I just check it off as I go. And that way, when I get new grocery in, I know, okay, let's make another list, right? So I just keep going that way. This way helps me the best with meal planning, because I used to do the weekly meal planning and never works out. Never want to cook the stuff that I already planned on Sunday. And so and it feels kind of like a failure, right? So I decided, no, I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to do it based on inventory of the things I have for the month and just keep the list going. And so that's why I have so many pages here. And I'm obviously using this for like task management stuff from Paper Test Design, but I'm using it for the meals. Here, this is the trackers. These are all the trackers. I have all my bills listed here, and I'm just crossing them off as they go. For the most part, I have, other than like a couple of things, I have everything on a auto pay. And so I've got that. I've got all the credit cards stored here, and I know exactly what amount it is, and I need to pay those all off. I am a credit card user, but I do pay off everything every month, and so most likely every week, every other week. So whenever we get paid, I just pay it all off and start fresh. So these are my savings trackers, and then this is for like the business and some of the bills that are coming out every month. I want to track them down because I want to know, like, okay, are these like the highlight, or some of these things are like cancel. Like I would tell myself, you know what, our company doesn't need this. Like Adobe and Audible, we were not using it, so, and Slack. And so I told my team to cancel it. We had like YouTube TV this month, we cut off, and it was like $80 a month, 79 something a month. That's $1,000, you guys, close to $1,000 a year. And so, if you don't need it, cut it off, right? That's what we have. This is just from Cloth and Paper. They had their invoice there. That is what I have in here, and I love it. I am using it every single day. And honestly, I haven't been reaching for other planners lately. At first, I was a little nervous. I was like, oh, what about my Hobonichi Weeks? What about my Paper Test Designs, the bound books? And then I just kind of slowly weaned off of all of the others. And so I love the fact that my desk is just computer or laptop or my iPad and this. Pens that I'm using right now, both of them are Jetstreams. They're Uniball, and they're both 0.7. This is the tricolor, but I'm using black. I have black stored in every single ink jar, or whatever you call these. And then this is also Uni Jetstream ballpoint pen. And this has been my favorite guy. It writes so well. Both of them are the same ink, I think. But I love it. I can't obviously fit it in here. If you guys have Louis Vuitton, you guys know this is not very giving. But what I do is I just put it right here and close it. So it just looks like this. But if I am traveling, I think I will use this, because this is just plastic, and I will just put it in here. It's just really easy to put in and out, and then it just does that as well. So yeah, so that's about it, you guys. Thanks for watching, and let me know if you have any questions on my setup. I do love to hear what else you guys want to see from my channel. And then I've got some more vlogs coming up. I have a bunch of travel vlogs that I just need to get to editing, but I've been busy with work. But I am getting to them, and I hope you like them. I enjoy filming them. I enjoy editing them. I just wish I had more time. But other than that, you guys have a great rest of your weekend, your week, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.